Yes guys, back again with another market recap. A very nice trade again today, took the long setup and worked exactly how I wanted it to. So very satisfied. And yeah, just a quick video on what happened today in the markets. Okay, here we are then onto the daily time frame. As you can see, very choppy conditions. So with this in mind, I always revert to the 4 hour or drop the time frames if it's unclear on the high time frame. The first thing you can see here is a take on a previous day's low, which was Wednesday. Took that liquidity there, moved up, and then we came back into this range. And then yesterday, as you can see, we had this big 1 hour imbalance there from a big rejection during the pre-market, and we filled the entire portion up, which shows to me that order flow is definitely bullish. So that is why I was looking for longs today. Off that basis then, I was looking at high time frame PD arrays, such as this 4 hour fair value gap, which I was using. I wanted to see price support it and use that to work its way up to these equal highs that we had on the chart. You can see we had multiple previous daily highs there, so that was my obvious draw on liquidity for the day. And because we had news, we would use that as this is the manipulation underneath midnight price, and then this is the distribution. So the goal for me today was to get a buy set up underneath midnight price. With that in mind, what did I want to see? We left this 50-minute imbalance open during the first portion of the market. As you can see, we're accumulating. So we got an early swing up, which took out the data high. So we had a data high up there. For just mark that on my, so this was the data high, took that out, swung back down into this imbalance which we previously left, and back into the 4 hour FEG. I wasn't worried about shorts from this position because we'd previously taken that liquidity earlier on during that news. So for me, it was all about looking for the long setups. So it's about being patient, and as I said, these were only short-term targets for me. I thought that price could go towards these equal highs up there. Onto the 1 minute then. As I said, we took out the top of this range here, came back down, took the bottom of it, so all sizes of liquidity are now taken. So for me, it was about getting that entry where I liked, at the position I liked in the market, and this came about. We had this massive imbalance here, so this here was a massive inversion. Okay, so you can't ignore that. If we're bearish, I want to see price come into here and reject or leave that completely. I want to see price start chasing these lows. The fact that we filled the whole portion of that tells me the market flow is not particularly bearish, and this will probably be used as an inversion. As well as that, we also had the 15-minute order block. So on the 15-minute chart, you can see the 15-minute order block there, which we also dipped into. So as soon as we got that closure here at 9:30, I knew that this would be used as an order block. So I was using that as an area which I wanted to price to gain support from. Onto my entry. So as I said, we had that big imbalance there. So we went to the top of the range, went to the bottom of the range, found support off this FEG. So for me, this was the first sign that order flow has now shifted, short-term order flow at least, to being bullish. So now it's about finding the entry during the macro period, which was here. And then we also had this inversion. So there were plenty of opportunities to enter. And for me, I entered on this order block, this 1 minute order block after we broke above, which I always like. So that's the change in the state of delivery because it's after a fair value gap reaction. And I entered there, and then all I did simply was just targeted the recent high, which was here. Very simple. Targeted the recent high, entry was here, and my stop loss was below this swing of price there. So I had it beneath this FEG there, and then I targeted up there. And that was literally the trade, simple as that. Didn't fall for this early distribution. You know, we had these equal lows there that price wanted to take, got that manipulation, and then we could finally distribute. And you can see where price ended up. It just continued to pump up towards the day. When it retraced, it went back up, and then it eventually took out that target towards the end of the session. So it was very clean price action in my opinion. Very good. Could have had bigger targets, but as I said, short-term highs are good enough for me, and I like that trade. Yes, that is basically the end of the video. That is the trade I took today. Very simple. As I said previously, keeping my trades the same, keeping them on the same page, keeping them simplified and following my plan, and you can kind of see the rewards that are coming from this, just taking the setups that make the most sense. So yeah, cheers for listening. I'll catch you in the next one.